I want to talk to you today about taking care of yourself. So many people are busy taking care of everything and everyone else, family, work, responsibilities, but they forget to care for the most important person, themselves. Let me remind you, you are God's masterpiece. You were not created to live exhausted, stressed, and overwhelmed. God put gifts inside of you, a purpose for you to fulfill, but you can't run on empty. You wouldn't expect your car to run without fuel. So why expect your body and spirit to function without rest, nourishment, and care? Even in the Bible, we see that Jesus took time to rest and pray. He knew that strength comes from renewal, not just from work. Some of you have been pushing so hard, carrying so much, and God is saying, it's time to pause. It's time to take care of yourself. That means protecting your mind. You can't let in every negative thought, every criticism, every worry. Guard your heart. Fill your mind with things that lift you up, not drag you down. It means taking care of your body. Eat well, move your body, get enough sleep. You can't fulfill your destiny if you're too tired or sick to enjoy it. Your health is an investment, not an inconvenience. And it means watching the company you keep. The right people bring out the best in you. The wrong ones drain your energy. Surround yourself with those who encourage you, who speak life into you. My friend, when you take care of yourself, you are not being selfish. You are being wise. Your future depends on the choices you make today. God has great things in store for you, but you need to be ready to receive them. So take time to rest, to recharge, to renew. You are worth it. You are God's masterpiece. Think about that for a moment. Out of all the things He created, the mountains, the oceans, the stars in the sky, He made you in His image. That means you are valuable, you are intentional, and you are designed for a purpose. But too often we live as if we are anything but a masterpiece. We neglect ourselves, we push too hard, and we pour into everyone else while leaving ourselves empty. When an artist creates a masterpiece, they take care of it. They don't leave it exposed to damage. They don't let it sit in the dust. If you had a rare painting in your home, you would frame it, protect it, and make sure it stayed in its best condition. Yet so many of us treat ourselves like we're not worth protecting. We allow stress to drain us. We don't get enough rest. We put off our own needs because we're too busy serving others. But what good is it to give to others if you are running on empty? Think about your body. God designed it to be strong, to carry out His plans, to enjoy life, to be a vessel for His work. But if you don't take care of yourself, how will you fulfill the calling on your life? If you keep ignoring your health, pushing past your limits and thinking, I'll rest later, eventually your body will force you to slow down. Don't wait for a health crisis to remind you that you are valuable. Start treating yourself like the masterpiece God created you to be. Eat foods that nourish you. Move your body so it stays strong, and allow yourself time to recharge. Your mind is just as important. You were created to think on things that are good, pure, and uplifting. But the world is filled with negativity, bad news, stressful situations, unkind words. If you allow all of that to take root in your heart, it will weigh you down. You have to be intentional about protecting your mind. Speak life over yourself. Read things that build you up. Surround yourself with people who encourage you. And don't forget your spirit. God didn't just give you a body and a mind. He gave you a soul that needs care too. Just like you can't survive without food, you can't thrive without feeding your spirit. Spend time in prayer. Seek His presence and allow yourself to rest in His peace. Life can be overwhelming, but when you stay connected to the one who created you, you will find the strength you need. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. When you recognize your worth, when you treat yourself as the masterpiece you are, you don't just benefit yourself, you bless everyone around you. You have more energy, more joy, more strength to fulfill your purpose. God has placed greatness inside of you, but it's up to you to nurture it. Start today. Honor yourself the way God honors you. You are His masterpiece. Rest is not a weakness, it's a strength. Too often, people feel guilty for slowing down, as if taking a break means they are falling behind. But rest is not something to be ashamed of. It is a gift from God. Even in the very beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, He set an example for us. After 6 days of creation, He rested on the seventh, not because He was tired. He is all-powerful, but to show us the importance of renewal. If the Creator of the universe took time to rest, how much more do we need it? Many people are running on empty, pushing themselves beyond their limits, trying to be everything for everyone. They wake up tired, go through the day exhausted, and collapse into bed at night only to do it all over again the next day. But God did not design us to live in a constant state of burnout. When we neglect rest, we don't just weaken our bodies, we weaken our minds and spirits too. We become irritable, we lose focus, and we start to feel disconnected from our purpose. Rest is not just about sleep, it's about renewal. It's about stepping away from stress, quieting the noise of life, and allowing yourself time to recharge. It's about making space for peace in your life. Sometimes rest looks like setting boundaries, learning to say no to things that drain you. Sometimes it means taking time to do something that brings you joy, whether that's going for a walk, reading a book, or simply sitting in silence. One of the biggest lies people believe is that they don't have time to rest. But the truth is, you can't afford not to. When you rest, you become more productive, more creative, and more effective in everything you do. Have you ever noticed that when you are well rested, you think more clearly, your patience increases, your joy is greater, and you are better able to handle life's challenges? That's because rest restores not only your body, but also your mind and soul. Jesus understood this principle throughout His ministry. He often withdrew from the crowds to pray and rest. He knew that to pour into others, He first had to be filled. If Jesus, the Son of God, made time for rest, why should we think we don't need it? Taking time to rest is an act of faith. It's trusting that God is in control, that you don't have to carry everything on your own, and that you don't have to strive every moment to prove your worth. Your value is not in how much you do, it's in who you are. You are a child of God, and He wants you to live a life of peace, not exhaustion. So don't feel guilty for resting. Embrace it. Make it a priority. Take time to be still, to refresh, to renew. When you rest, you are not falling behind. You are strengthening yourself for what's ahead. Your mind is one of the most powerful gifts God has given you, and what you allow into it will shape your life. Every day, countless thoughts run through your mind. Some are positive, filled with faith and encouragement, but others are negative, filled with doubt, fear, and worry. The truth is, not every thought deserves a place in your heart. You have to be intentional about guarding your mind and protecting your peace. Think about a beautiful garden. If you don't take care of it, weeds will start to grow. You don't have to plant them, they show up on their own. In the same way, negative thoughts don't need an invitation, they come naturally. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, nothing ever works out for me, or I'll never reach my dreams. If you don't remove them, they will take root and choke out the good things God wants to grow in your life. Guarding your mind means being selective about what you focus on. If you constantly feed yourself bad news, negative people, and self-doubt, it will drain your spirit. But if you fill your mind with faith, gratitude, and hope, you will stay strong no matter what comes your way. That's why Scripture tells us to think on things that are pure, lovely, and praiseworthy. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you dwell on what's wrong, you'll see more problems. But if you focus on what's right, you'll start to see God's goodness all around you. It's not just about what you think, it's also about what you allow into your heart. Words are powerful. What people say to you, what you say to yourself, it all matters. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who lift you up, who remind you of your worth, who speak life into you. There will always be critics, people who don't believe in you, people who try to bring you down. But you don't have to let their words take root in your spirit. You have the power to reject anything that does not align with what God says about you. Guarding your heart also means setting boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your peace. Some people thrive on drama, on negativity, on stirring up trouble. If you're not careful, their toxic energy will start affecting you. You have to learn to protect your peace. That may mean limiting time with certain people, saying no to things that drain you, and making sure you spend time in environments that build you up. At the end of the day, you have a choice. You can let fear, worry, and negativity take over, or you can choose faith, peace, and joy. You can dwell on what's missing, or you can focus on God's blessings. Life is too short to let negativity steal your joy. Guard your mind, protect your heart, and watch how your life begins to change for the better. What you feed yourself, you become. This applies not just to the food you eat, but to every area of your life, your thoughts, your habits, your relationships, and your daily choices. Everything you consume, whether physically, mentally, or spiritually, is shaping the person you are becoming. If you want to live a strong, healthy, and fulfilled life, you must be intentional about what you take in. Think about your body. God designed it with incredible precision. The foods you eat directly affects your energy, your mood, and your ability to function. If you constantly fuel yourself with unhealthy choices, over time it weakens your body. You may not notice the effects immediately, but poor nutrition leads to fatigue, illness, and a lack of vitality. In the same way, if you nourish yourself with healthy, life-giving foods, your body responds with strength and endurance. You wouldn't put low-quality fuel in a high-performance car and expect it to run well. Your body is far more valuable than a car. Treat it with the care it deserves. But this principle doesn't just apply to food, it applies to your mind. What are you feeding your thoughts? Every day you are consuming information through conversations, media, social interactions, and personal reflection. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, criticism, and fear-based thinking, that's what will grow in your mind. If you focus on failure, lack, and discouragement, you'll find yourself feeling stuck and overwhelmed. But if you intentionally feed your mind with hope, encouragement, and faith, you will develop a positive outlook. You will begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems. The same is true with your relationships. The people you surround yourself with are shaping who you are becoming. If you spend time with people who complain, who gossip, who focus on what's wrong in life, their mindset will start to influence you. But if you build relationships with those who uplift you, who challenge you to grow, who remind you of your potential, you will rise to a higher level. Proverbs says, walk with the wise and become wise. The people closest to you are either feeding your spirit or draining it. Choose wisely. And then there's your spiritual life. Just as your body needs food and your mind needs inspiration, your spirit needs nourishment. Spending time with God, praying, reading His Word, and seeking His presence are ways to feed your soul. A strong spirit gives you the ability to handle life's challenges with peace and confidence. It helps you stand firm when difficulties arise and keeps you anchored in faith. Every day you have a choice about what you allow into your life. If you want to be healthy, strong, and full of purpose, you have to make sure you're feeding yourself with things that bring life, not destruction. Be mindful of what you consume, because what you take in will determine the person you become. Fill your life. The people you surround yourself with have a powerful influence on your life. They can lift you up, encourage you, and help you reach your full potential, or they can drain your energy, discourage your dreams, and hold you back. It's why it's so important to stay connected to the right people. People who bring out the best in you, who inspire you to grow, and who push you toward the purpose God has for your life. Relationships are like soil. If you plant yourself in rich, healthy soil, you will grow strong and flourish. But if you surround yourself with negativity, toxic influences, and constant drama, it will be like planting a seed in dry, rocky ground. It won't get the nourishment it needs to thrive. Some people in your life are like fertilizer. They strengthen you, pour into you, and make you better. Others are like weeds. They choke out your energy, fill your mind with doubt, and keep you from moving forward. You have to be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. One of the biggest mistakes people make is staying in relationships just because of history or familiarity. They hold on to friendships or connections that no longer serve them, even when they feel drained, unappreciated, or undervalued. But not everyone is meant to go with you into your next season. Some relationships were for a chapter, not for your entire journey. It's okay to step away from people who constantly bring negativity, who don't support your growth, or who make you feel small. God has the right people for you. People who will celebrate you, challenge you, and encourage you to become the person He created you to be. Being connected to the right people also means surrounding yourself with those who share your values and beliefs. When you walk with people who have faith, who speak life, and who pursue purpose, it strengthens you. Their mindset, their habits, and their attitude will start to rub off on you. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens another, the right relationships make you sharper, stronger, and wiser." But it's not just about what you receive. It's also about what you give. Are you being the right kind of person for those around you? Are you encouraging others, building them up, and helping them grow? Healthy relationships are a two-way street. If you want to attract the right people, be the right person. Be kind, be uplifting, and be a source of light in others' lives. At the end of the day, life is too short to spend it with people who bring you down. You deserve to be surrounded by those who see your worth, who believe in your dreams, and who remind you of your strength. When you stay connected to the right people, you will feel more inspired, more supported, and more prepared for the great things God has in store for you. Choose your relationships wisely and watch how they shape your life for the better. The choices you make today are shaping the life you will live tomorrow. Every decision, big or small, plays a role in determining your future. Many people think that their success, health, or happiness is based on luck or circumstances. But the truth is, your future is created by the habits you build and the actions you take right now. If you want to live a strong, fulfilled, and purposeful life, you have to start making choices today that support that vision. Think about a tree. A mighty oak doesn't grow overnight. It starts as a small seed, planted and nurtured over time. The same is true for your life. The seeds you are planting today through your words, your actions, your thoughts, are growing into the results you will see in the future. If you plant seeds of discipline, self-care, and faith, you will reap strength, wisdom, and success. But if you plant seeds of procrastination, neglect, and doubt, you may find yourself struggling down the road. Your health is one of the greatest examples of this principle. The way you take care of your body today will determine how strong and energetic you feel in the years ahead. Eating nutritious foods, exercising, and getting enough rest may seem like small choices in the moment, but over time they add up. Neglecting your health may not seem like a big deal right now, but years from now, those small choices will either make you stronger or weaker. You are investing in your future self with every decision you make. The same applies to your mind. The things you feed your mind today, whether it's positive and uplifting or negative and destructive, will shape the way you think and live in the future. If you consistently fill your mind with doubt and fear, you will find yourself stuck in patterns of anxiety and limitation. But if you choose to fill your mind with faith, encouragement, and knowledge, you will grow into a person who is confident, capable, and strong. Relationships also follow this principle. The way you treat people today, the kindness you show, the time you invest, the love you give, will shape the relationships you have in the future. If you nurture meaningful connections, if you choose to surround yourself with people who uplift you, you will find yourself supported and encouraged on your journey. But if you neglect relationships, take people for granted, or allow toxic influences into your life, it can lead to loneliness and regret later on. Success in any area of life doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intention. If you want to see change in your life, start making small, consistent choices that align with where you want to go. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today. Your future is not some distant, far-off place. It is being shaped by what you do right now. When you take care of yourself today, you are setting yourself up for a stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling future. Make choices that honor your future self, and watch how your life transforms. You are God's masterpiece, created with purpose, value, and potential. But in order to live the full, abundant life He has planned for you, you must take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Prioritizing rest is not a sign of weakness. It is a source of strength. Guarding your mind and protecting your heart allows you to live with peace and confidence. What you consume, whether through food, thoughts, or relationships, shapes the person you are becoming. Surrounding yourself with the right people lifts you higher. And the choices you make today determine the life you will live tomorrow. Caring for yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. When you honor the gift of your life, you don't just benefit yourself, you bless those around you. You have more energy to give, more joy to share, and more strength to fulfill your purpose. God has placed greatness inside you, but it is up to you to nurture it. Make the decision today to invest in your well-being. Choose peace, choose health, choose growth. When you take care of yourself, you position yourself for all the blessings God has in store for you. Your best days are still ahead.